To start by inviting my partner in crime. I have to say this guy has a sick mind because that's why he's the reason why we're all here, actually. If it's not because of his experience that he wanted his personal story to go like this, but we owe it. Mike Ang, the writer and my producing partner. And I also would like to invite one of our executive producers. Please stay here. She's a big help in this production. She has an office in New York, offices, I have to say offices, plural. And she has an office here also in Manila. From J3 Marketing and Productions, Jonah Tajonera. I think we might need one more chair. I'll just move over here, Mike.
Here.
Yeah, just move over here. Yeah. All right. Let Jonah sit there. And I'd like to call on, of course, for our cast, led by, we refer to him as the grandfather of the Filipinos in Hollywood, right? He will take offense on this, but Jonah, you sit here. Just move it a little bit. Yeah, please welcome Dante Basco. He started it off for all of us in Hollywood. If you remember him on Hook, Steven Spielberg's Hook, he was Rufio in that. Yeah. Dante, please move a little bit. Yep. Next one is another Hollywood Lolo. Yeah. The contemporary of Dante Basco, the Broadway star Paulo Montalban. Yes. And then next is an eye candy. This is non-negotiable that he has to come with us. Straight from Los Angeles, from Bling Empire, Kevin Kreider. And last but not the least, she came to the Philippines for the first time and to watch our film also for the first time. This particular actress is amazing. She had a lead actress nomination for the Tony Awards. She's no slouch. I love her to death. Geneva Carr.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of Asian Persuasion. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of some special guests, extra special guests actually. We have Alice Rehemutula. Could you kindly stand? We also have Devon Deep. And we have the associate producers, Anna Magkawas and Laniel Besserford. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for being here. Actually, before we start in the questions about the movie, I heard that prior to this, you had a tour of Greenbelt. Yes, how was it? Very quickly, how was your tour of Greenbelt?
Not long enough. I can't wait to shop.
Oh, fantastic!
The designers, please.
Oh, yes. Actually, Greenbelt 5 has some of the best Filipino local designers.
I know
There. Amazing. Oh, anybody else? What was your experience about Greenbelt?
Felt like I was in a real life version of Avatar.
I'm sorry,
Pretty awesome.
Avatar,
Yeah, it was
why?
pretty. The trees, You've never seen it?
No, I have seen it. I was trying to... Avatar, you think of blue people. So I'm like, did I miss something around Greenbelt?
We're surrounded by blue people.
Alright.
It looks like you squeezed every single store on Fifth Avenue in New York into one.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible.
it's called budget constraint.
Yes, definitely my favorite place to shop in Manila, for sure.
Oh, fantastic. That's nice to hear. Okay. Yes, ma'am, did you have something to say?
I am a Greenbelt girl. I graduated from Assumption College, so Greenbelt was my hangout back in the days.
Ay, homegrown pala po.
Yes, yes.
Homegrown.
No, it's hello. Oh yeah, it's on. No, it's beautiful. It's amazing. it's just such a beautiful mall, and it's outdoors too. So you don't see too many of that out here, but it's really worth being outdoors with how beautiful it is here. So
Yes.
it's great.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I actually, as you were saying a while ago, Geneva, you were saying that you wanted to go around and shop. I think that would be a wonderful thing to do, especially because there are actually 5 different green belts. So you'll see the different stores, the different local designers. I would suggest to try the local cuisine as well. So you have a lot of fusions, but you have a lot of really authentic, just Filipino food. Just a little tip. We can talk later if you want. Okay, but moving on to the questions to the cast about the movie. So these questions came from the media. Our first question is from Maan Pamaran of Philstar Life. This question is for you, Jen. Her question is, why is Filipino representation important in Hollywood movies and films?
Well, for me personally, because I noticed that since 2016, the Asian representation in Hollywood has started to climb
Right.
up. And actually, the Hollywood Reporter did a study on that, and they've explored that on the annual box office, the Asian content represents 12% of the box office globally. So they were like, what's going on in Asia? That's why you've seen Crazy Rich Asians, Minari, The Farewell,
Yes.
and now Past Lives, right? Because Hollywood has identified that the Asian content is rising. So as a Filipino in the United States, I thought, aha, where is the Filipinos here? Because our neighboring countries have been like bustling through the box office, and I have to eat a lot of food before I reach that, but I thought I can do something in the meantime, and this is my first story.
I love it. And so would you say that's one of the inspirations why you decided to pick up this feature film and make it your very first one?
Yeah, exactly, because again I noticed in the list we're behind Cambodia, and I thought
Are
I
we?
took that personal. Yeah, they had Angelina Jolie for They First Killed My Father,
That's right. Okay.
right? And I was like, we don't have anything. Sorry.
Right.
I mean, in terms of box office and the success, we're not quite there yet.
Fantastic. And honestly, this is why we are very thankful. From somebody who is from the artist's point of view, we're very thankful that this feature film is actually making a worldwide debut. Because we're putting, especially with Casey Concepcion, who is, a Filipino darling, now putting her with global recognition just kind of puts us on the map a little bit more. So thank you for that. Actually, Maan has another question, and this is a question for the entire cast. How did each of you prepare for your role in Asian Persuasion? And if you could give a very brief idea of who your character is.
I'll start. I play Mickey, and Mickey is going through a divorce. I prepared for the role. I met with Jet, and I met with Mike, who wrote it, and one of the reasons why I signed on to do the film, to work with Jet, of course, but also because Mike wrote a script that was really, I understood the voice of the character. We're definitely the same generation, like Generation X guys, but also Filipino, also very hip hop. There's a very distinct way of how he wrote the film and the character's voice that I really kind of resonated with. And so it was very easy to kind of get into that role. And then preparing for it, really just rehearsing with these guys. Me and Paulo go back 20 plus years in Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
And there's we've been growing up together in the era of growing up in the 90s and whatnot. You'd never see two Filipinos men
Right, you would
in the
never see
same
two
project.
Asians in the same film.
We would see each other in audition rooms, but we knew there's no way doing the same project together. So knowing that he was going to do the film, I really just kind of jumped at the chance to work with him after all these years.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yes, so my friend Jet gave me a call, and he said, I want to run a script by you, because I think there's a part in it that you'd be perfect for. So I picked up that script, and I read it in 35 minutes. And, when you connect with a script that well, it's very easy to breeze right through it. And then he told me that Dante was attached to it, and it was exactly the same sentiment. There's no way back in the day that the two leading-ish men of Filipino descent would be in the same film, much less in lead roles of the same film. So I'm really grateful that we had this opportunity to do that. As far as preparing for it, look, Mike wrote a character that's really close to me as a person. He's tries to be charming, but is ultimately awkward at the end of the day with everyone. So it wasn't a lot of preparation, but I did memorize my lines and coach it a bit. So okay.
The last time I heard Paulo tell that story, he read the script in 40 minutes. It's getting faster by the interviews. I play the role of Caspian, and I prepared this, and this might be unconventional, but I believe as an actor you have to live a lot of life experience. And so if you live experiences, you can bring yourself to the character and the situations that are happening in the role. And actually, just coincidentally, my girlfriend, Devon, well, my fiance now, thank you. That didn't happen in the movie, but it was just so coincidentally that we were giving ourselves a second chance dating, and just I found the same inspiration with Caspian, this guy just wandering through life looking for love, and had a romantic interest that he kind of messed up on, and wanted another chance. So you'll see more in the movie, but that's how I prepared. And this is my romantic lead.
Yeah, it was tough to play that part. Jet called me. Now, Jet produced a play that I did on Broadway, and so I've known him. Like Janina, I'm a huge fan of Jet's. And he also sent me Lingua Franca. When he did that movie, he produced that, and I knew that we had such a connection, our artistic sensibility. So when he sent this script to me, I loved it. I would have done anything for Jet, but I loved it. And I've lived in France for a long time. I was educated there, so I thought Jet knew that. He didn't. But playing this guy's love interest was a real challenge, as you can imagine. So I wanted to stretch myself as an actress, so I took the job.
It's called sarcasm. The laughter is coming from here, sarcasm. All right. So thank you very much, and thank you, Maan, for those questions. Now we have a question from Ed Uy, who handles a blog and a newsletter called Where is Ed Uy? And his question is for you, Jet. His question is, can you share some of the most memorable experiences with the cast during filming, and then after filming, during the events, when you had accolades that you received for Asian Persuasion?
I guess I have individual moments with them, like especially in preparing for each role. There are 28 principal cast in Asian Persuasion. 22 were personal relationships with me and Mike. The 6 we sent it to a casting director. So that's why it's a easier process, because these are personal friends of mine. Except for Kevin, I sent him a DM on Instagram.
Oh wow, that's how you got in contact
Oh
with him?
yeah. And I just thought, wait, I have a script. This character Caspian is you. Do you mind? Who's your agent? And he told me about this. And his agent is a personal friend of mine. I said, okay, that's it. We're done.
You're so well connected, Jet.
And then but on set, in preparation, I am so honored to have these pedigree actors. I always call them pedigree because they made my job easier. I did not expect this from Kevin, because this is his featured debut for a film, right? So, and I was blown away. He knows his lines, and I was like, I don't have
He can
to
read.
I don't have to direct you and all that, and it's such a joy. But again, between Dante and Kevin, Dante and Paolo, I was like, they were showing me so many layers. But again, this film could go in so many directions, but I'm glad that they respected where I was taking it. And Casey, to me, was phenomenal, because all her crying scenes were just one take.
Wow.
She saved us a lot. It's like, doing those things is challenging, like to do the reset, do the makeup and all that. No, we just threw it in the car, one look, done. And then same with when she was having a wine done. You know, it's
Nora Honor School of Acting.
yeah. Well, the fama she really and with after during our world premiere, I invited them all. It was their first time to see the film, and I did not invite them for the next day because the film festival gave us a second screening because the first one was sold out. And there were a lot of people asking to see it, and we can't have them. It's a fire code for the theater. So the film festival gave us another screening, and it's sold out again. I did not invite them to come. 'Cause
Congratulations.
I was
That's
worried,
amazing.
you know, I was worried as a director and inviting your cast to see it for the first time. I don't know if they will like the movie. So some
Prior
actors,
to that, you had only seen snippets of the film or
Yeah.
nothing at all.
yeah, because some actors don't actually go back if they don't like the movie. So there's the democracy, right? But
Right.
they all showed up the next day, and then Paulo actually sat through another screening and watched the movie by, you know. So I guess that speaks that they like the movie, I hope.
Well, as a producer director, I'm sure that's very memorable to know that the project you did is memorable for your cast as well.
Exactly.
And actually, for the cast, is there anything, any memorable experience you had while shooting the film? Anything that pops out or anything funny? Funny, memorable, something
I love
that
the
you
cast.
loved?
Really, it's just the cast is we all got along really well, and even doing this tour now, it's really beautiful because it's just a beautiful cast. These guys, I spent a lot of time with these guys on the set, and I think just our rapport with each other has been wonderful. But a great memory was me and Paolo in Central Park, which was phenomenal. To be in New York City to shoot a movie in Central Park like a Woody
Together
Allen film.
after 20 years of knowing each other.
It was a really special moment. And then actually we were doing one of the scenes, and then we got applause by the people, not by just the people in the park on their day watching
oh,
us
that's so
act.
cool!
And it was really special. It was beautiful.
Sorry, I just remembered when we shot the pool scene. Remember that April 29th, it was 36 degrees, which is around 2 degrees
my gosh.
Celsius. So our actors are in bikinis, and you know they're gonna be in the pool. So you will watch it later. Just remember when you see that it was freezing.
And it's like 3:30
Oh
in
my
the morning.
In the morning.
The sun's about to rise, like 4 o'clock. We're like, we're still shooting.
I hope they increased your talent fee for the day. Half kidding.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing was one great big memory, but looking back, oh shoot, it's not there anymore. But it was the scene where we're in tuxedos, a Chinese tuxedo, and we're picking out costumes, and me and Dante were just improvising so much, and it was so fun. We picked out the most ridiculous mustache, not thinking it would get approved. And that's the mustache you see on in the movie, and I just could not stop laughing. No, the poster, yeah, the poster. I could not stop laughing while I'm talking to this guy, and it was just so hard for me to keep every laughter in, like when we were working together, because it was so, and he just played it off like, what are you laughing at? You know?
It's nice to hear these tidbits. These are things you don't really, it makes the movie experience richer for the audience from our point of view. I think we have time for one last question. So our last question is from Bing Viray, who writes for Inside the Metro. And again, this is a question for everyone, including Mike. What do you hope the audience will take away from this film, especially in relation to your character? And for Mike, for the whole movie. I mean, this is your conception, basically. What was the message that you wanted the audience to go home with?
Yeah, for me, the takeaway was, I as a kid growing up in the States, and kind of in between here in the Philippines, I had never really seen a lot of the kind of stories that were reflective of my life and my experience as a Philam in the States. You would see Asians in the movies, but not like, they would always be overly exotic, or there would be superhero stuff. I just wanted to write a very relatable movie that would have the heart of Filipino-ness in it, but it would be a New York City love story, but that would invite other cultures into a story that's relatable. And then so for me, this is really about elevating or just creating a a narrative that people can relate to all across cultures, and representing our culture as Filipinos like very strong on the screen, and just having fun with it, you know. And writing the movie was very cathartic for me. It's the very first one I ever did. I actually am not a screenwriter by trade. That's not even close to what I do. So this is a very out of left field thing for me. And to be working with this group of people and to have Jet magically decide that he wanted to direct my movie and produce it with me is beyond anything I could ever have imagined in my life. And then here we are in this beautiful cinema today. Here we are in this beautiful tour of the Philippines. And these guys didn't even need to come to this. They just came because this is the love that we have as a family on this in this movie, and to create everything. You'll see these beautiful locations we had throughout the entire movie. These locations are, a lot of them are like my friends or Jet's friends, but these are contacts that I've had in the city for years and other things that I do. And to have it all come together was just love and community. And I have nothing but gratitude for everything that's happened to us thus far, and for everywhere we're gonna go after this. I would love this to be the first of many similar kinds of films that really start, you know, showcasing what we can do as Asians and Filipinos.
Wow, amazing. You know what, standing from here, I don't know if the audience feels it as well, but to be honest, the energy that radiates from this group, it just feels like you all genuinely love to be together and love to create experiences. You guys feel it? Yeah. Yes. No, but really, and to be honest, I think to be able to watch a movie and to watch people speak about a film that, you know, they didn't have to do, but they actually wanted to do and then ended up loving the process, just gets us excited to see the film. So thank you for sharing that, Mike. For anybody else, is there a specific message that you'd like to impart to the audience of the film?
Well, personally, I don't believe in second chances, but or giving second chances. But after, yeah, I am. But after watching the movie, you know, it made me think twice.
Jonah, no second chances. Rest in peace.
I think a key takeaway from this for me is I grew up in a world where I didn't really feel like I belonged because I'm Korean adopted. Whenever I tried to audition or act in roles that were Korean, the Korean country itself wouldn't look at me as Korean, so I never got any roles. Same thing happens still in America, right? Like I'm adopted, don't know enough about it. But what I love about this movie is that even though it's majority Filipino and everybody here is Filipino, like me being just me, Asian, was like enough. And I hope that the takeaway is we can all act in each other's movies. It doesn't have to be so exclusive in everything. And we can still be showing Filipino culture in such a great way that's very much where the rest of the world can see it and resonate with Filipinos as well. So I hope that's the takeaway with this movie.
Thank you.
And we're here in the Philippines. I just hope the Filipinos here understand we're Philams. Me and Paulo and Jet now, a Philam immigrant. Of course, Mike. We're Philams. We love having Casey do the movie with us and for us to build these bridges. And now that it's showing here in the Philippines, I hope everyone has a good time and understand, like us Philams, we're also proud to be Filipino and rep the culture, and we love to build this bridge of Philams coming back to the Philippines, bringing Pinoy actors, Pinoy artists to America, and continue this bridge of art that we're doing. But it's a rom-com, so hopefully, and this might, look, I've been in the industry, we've been in the industry for almost 40 years now. This is my first time doing a rom-com, which is interesting and fun. That's one of the things I jumped at too, with just like, oh, I haven't done a rom-com, let's try this out. And I'm so happy that I got to do it with Casey, because she's so wonderful. And so I just have a good time. It's a good feeling. There's like a lot of good Pinoy stuff in the film, so we're very proud of it, and I just hope everyone has a great time watching the film.
Thank you so much. And I think there's one thing that you said